Hey guys, what is going on? This is Cardinal Bird 5. Today I have another player review for you guys, and we're going to be talking about Mike Trout, arguably the best player in the game, in my opinion the best player in real life, and maybe in this game as well. So yeah, we're going to take a look at his attributes first, and I'm going to show you guys some stats, how I'm hitting. I recently got him a few weeks ago, and this is by far, besides maybe that 99 A-Rod, this is by far my best card as far as hitting goes. He's also a beast in the field. But we'll take a look at his attributes. So he's pretty much high 90 or high 80s, low 90s for every hitting attribute except for vision. But if you guys factor in the inside edge, he's always pulling up. So today he has +3. Usually he has like +6, +7. So realistically, this card is always at least in the low 90s, mid to low 90s. So yeah, pretty much almost maxed out on everything. Doesn't really have a weakness. Can hit lefties and righties. You look at that vision, that is one weakness, I guess, but if you guys are not in the world, like championship series or higher, it means you're going to be playing on all-star or lower. You don't really need plate vision. So yeah, that's really his one weakness, but I don't even feel like it's that big of an issue since his contact is so high. His PCI is still going to have a decent size to it. His discipline clutch, 98, doesn't really matter there. Durability, 97, so it's good. I've never seen him get hurt yet. But his fielding is kind of what separates him between, in my opinion, Reggie Stocker and Bryce Harper. I feel like, I feel like the fact he can play center field, he can play it well, really well. His arm strength isn't the greatest, but his fielding and his speed, good reaction, everything makes him, a usable center fielder. I like to play him in left or right, depending on left, right, or center, depending who I am playing that day. Sometimes I like to put Ichiro in center or my created guy in center, and I'll stick Mike Trout in left field. And you arguably have, the best defensive left fielder in the game. So great defensively, and this is one reason I feel like, in my opinion, the best player in the game. Now I know he gets a lot of comparisons to the Trout, the Kemp card. The Kemp. Okay, so you have to complete the whole NL West collection to get Kemp. The problem with that is it's going to cost you at least, 250 to 300,000 stubs, if not more. You can get Mike Trout I got him for, I think, 88, 90K. I think he's a little higher than that now, but at the most, you're going to be spending maybe 100K for Trout, and I don't see him declining at all. That is the one risk, that he's a live series card and he can't decline. But that Kemp, is locked in. But that Kemp never has inside edge either, so I feel like they're very comparable players, but I give the advantage to Trout just because he's a lot cheaper to obtain. And we're also going to take a look at some stats here. I have played 26 games. I've played a lot of friendlies with him against high-quality players as well, and he hits extremely well too. But he has 14 home runs in the games that counted anyways. 14 home runs, 23 ribbies. I like to lead him off. 36 runs scored, so he gets on base and scores a lot of runs for me, and that's why his ribbies aren't crazy. I struck out 9 times with him. I also have drawn 11 walks, so I'm getting on base, at a pretty good clip, but I am walking more than striking out, so that just goes to show you that plate vision really doesn't mean that much in my opinion. He has grounded into 2 double plays. Let's look at some averages here. Batting .398. Against righties, I'm still hitting 385. Against lefties, I'm hitting 500. Slugging over 1,000. On base 465. OPS nearly 1,500. And he's playing great defense for me. I can play him, center, left, or right. So yeah, definitely an awesome card. And I know you guys might not hit as well, with him compared to the stats I just showed you. But trust me, if you guys can hit righty on righty, I feel like this is definitely a card to get. We're also going to show you guys some tips, and of course we're going to batting practice and show you guys again. And we'll show you some tips and what I like to do with Mike Trout, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, we are back, batting practice facing Max Scherzer. I wanted to keep it righty on righty, that way I feel like most people struggle righty on righty and want the most tips from there. But yeah, we're facing Max Scherzer, and I'm going to give you guys a few pointers. Now what I try to do for Trout is I don't power swing with him. I don't power swing much at all, because you guys did see his plate vision is a little bit smaller, but he does have good contact, so his plate vision isn't like, or his PCI isn't too crazy. It's still a decent size. But I feel like you don't need a power swing, and I feel like there's really no point to power swing with Mike Trout since he's usually playing up anyways, and he has that power in the low to mid 90s. But anyways, I try to pull the pitches with Trout for a few reasons. I feel like it generates the most power. Also, I feel like if you hit it on the left side on the ground, of course you have a higher chance, to run out some ground balls and get some cheap singles with Mike Trout's speed. But what I like to do is when I'm looking middle in is I like to keep my PCI all the way in like that. And if you guys watch my Arenado video, or if you guys watch my lefty on lefty, I did it, a similar approach. That way you're laying off pitches away. Like right there, what I'm talking about, Trout just has crazy power. That was down and away, and I pulled it for a home run. So I'm saying if you guys can pull the pitches, if you can square it up, I mean, you're going to hit for power with them. Right there is what I'm talking about. Keep that PCI middle in, try to hit inside the ball, and pull it. You'll hit a lot of dingers. Now, if you're trying to look to go middle away here, just keep it in the middle, cheat your thumb up and to the right, and try to be late on it. I mean, he can hit really well to opposite field, too. Not quite as much power to opposite field, of course. I mean, that's any hitter. But he can still get some crazy bombs to opposite field. But what we're going to do is we're going to hold it all the way middle in. Bam. Even though I was a little late on that, that was right down the middle, but I still squared it up. Probably don't line out to right field, but that's okay. And pitch away, we're going to keep it down the middle. I hope we actually pulled that. Four-seamer. Keep it down the middle. And go with it. See, like right there, he just doesn't generate. He gets good power. Granted, I was under that. He gets good power, but it's just not as consistent as when he pulls it for whatever reason. Right there, that should be done. Basically, for Mike Trout, you want to look. That didn't go. But basically, for Mike Trout, you want to try to pull pitches. You want to try to hit mistakes. You don't necessarily want to be trying to, go opposite field every time unless you have 2 strikes and you have to swing. But again, you're trying to pull a pitch, hold the middle in. And I think I went up the middle there. I was a little bit late. That's a deep. Looks like off the wall. That might have been a double. Let's try it one more time here. Oh, I was a little late again. But again, Mike Trout. He squared up, even though I was a little late. I mean, I squared it up. He still went up the middle with it. There we go. I don't know if that's a home run. Oh, it's in the gap. But anyways, that's how I hit with Mike Trout, guys. And I'm going to show you guys some gameplay clips. Show you guys what it looks like in a game. Scherzer does have pretty good per nines. I think that one might go right. Yeah, it went. So yeah, try to pull the pitches, guys. Of course, if you have 2 strikes, keep it in the center and just try to react. And stay on top of the ball when you go opposite field like that. Other than that, I mean, you don't have to have crazy bat skill to hit with Trout. I mean, he's just so good. But, first tip though, take away the inside until they start throwing you away, and they'll hang a few over the middle, and that's when you want to crush it. We're gonna have some gameplay clips for you guys next, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys. So here's some gameplay. I'm actually playing pitching Rebel in this game. He is pitching Syndergaard. I have Mike Trout up there. I'm looking I'm looking middle in here. I'm not holding this at this time. I wasn't holding it all the way in. I was holding about slightly middle in, and of course I'm looking for a pitch to pull in, pitch to drive. Right there, I started finally holding it all the way middle in there, and we get a 2 strikes, 2-2 count, and we hold it middle in, get away, so we get a full count now. And I'm still going to try to take away that that fastball sinker in. He hangs a slider there. I fouled off. See, right now, I showed him I could pull the pitch. Middle in, I picked up that curveball. He left it hanging. And that's what I'm talking about. If you get a hanger of a Trout, middle in, and you pull it, you're going to generate a lot of power. So, make sure you guys try to hold that analog middle in and generate as much power as possible, especially, hanging curveballs, hanging sliders. This next game, I'm doing the same thing, holding it middle in, and I just reacted to a high and in fastball there, and Mike Trout just had enough power to get it out. I'm telling you guys, you're going to hit a lot of home runs doing this tactic. And we hit a nice home run there with Trout. Alright. Now this is a Diamond Dynasty game. And of course Mike Trout's up again. Alright, starts me off with a fastball low. I laid off that. Now I'm ready to hit. Took that first strike, hold it middle in. Slider away. You guys see how I lit off that? Because I'm holding it middle in. I'm not looking to hit that pitch. That's why I like holding it middle in, because you're only looking the inner half of the plate. Threw that way inside there. So we got a 1-2 count. Again, I'm holding it middle in. Was a slider blown away. That's ball 2. 2-2 count. Still going to hold my PCI middle in. Here we go. Again, see, I'm not even tempted to chase that, and it was a ball. So now if that was a strike, I would have to swing. 3-2 count. Throws me a sinker, or a 2-seamer, middle in, and I just crushed it because I was sitting on it. And if you guys do that, it's going to give you more time to react, so definitely try it out. I got a few more clips for you guys. We're at Oak Street Park again, playing some Diamond Dynasty. We've got Mike Trout up. Alright, he gets a good pitch there. Now I'm going to start holding the middle in. Good curveball there. Looks like he's using Strasburg. Alright, fastball up and in, and that's gone. If you guys take that away, I'm telling you, your opponent's going to be clueless on what to throw you. They're going to have to throw you a lot of junk, and you'll be able to work a lot more walks. And I have one more breakdown for you guys. This is actually versus a World Series opponent, and he's pitching, I believe he's pitching Syndergaard. Doesn't mean curveball there. So I got 0-2 count. I'm still protecting middle in. He throws me a hanger. It looked like a slider. He hung it middle in, and I just reacted to it, and I was able to stay inside the pitch, and I hit it off the wall there. Didn't hit it out, but hit it off the wall. So, I mean, those are the kind of hits to expect of Trout, guys. So definitely try that out. Let me know if it helps you guys. And if you guys haven't seen that, you make sure you watch my lefty on lefty and then Arenado, because I have similar tips for that. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Conclusion, Mike Trout's a beast. Go get him if you can, especially getting him over Kemp because he's a lot cheaper. Anyways, guys, this is Car number 5 signing out. Peace.